Welcome back to our episode. Ryan here with Chaos MMA, and today we have on, as you all know, Damon Jackson, who fights September 17th. Damon, man, how are you doing?
Doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Great speaking with you again. Here we are, and about a week out, honestly, almost. How are you
Yeah,
feeling? How's the weight feeling? Everything going well so far?
yeah. I'm actually out here. I'm out here early. So I'm in Vegas now with Macy. She's fighting this weekend. So, I've gotten to do a lot of my weight cut like early, and starting to lean out. Like I usually do on that Monday before the weight cut. So, it's nice to get out here early and get some of the weight off, and hopefully I have a smooth cut.
Will you be cornering her this Saturday?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I've been working with her wrestling and jiu-jitsu for about 3 years now. So she's came a long ways too, man. She's been really putting it out there in her fight. So I'm hoping this fight at some point gets clinched up and she can take this girl to the ground and and work on everything we've done. So she's looking great right now. She's having a good weight cut, which is always important. But she's skill wise, she's ready to roll.
Yeah, and I saw you are at the UFCPI and everything. So how much does UFCPI help you, like for a fight, getting down weight? Like, does it help a lot for yourself?
Yeah, because they do like if you come here early, they do your meal prep. They do like any training you want to do at the gym. You're allowed to use the gym. You just book your own appointments, and you can have the gym to yourself whenever. And as long as your opponent's not there, you can work around. Like as long as if your opponent comes in at 3, you can go in at 4, and it's like not a big deal. Like you can just kind of work around each other, and so we both get to use the PI. So they do a real good job of like setting appointments, and nothing changes. So it's good.
Yeah, definitely a great thing to have. Going to be a great event this weekend. But speaking of yourself, would you say like this was one of your best camps so far? Like, how would you rate this camp so far? About a week out.
Yeah, man. They keep getting a little harder and harder each time just because my opponents are getting a little tougher each time. And I feel great with this camp. I've had a great game plan the whole fight, and I've got to really work on our whole camp, and I've got to work on, um, all my stuff that I always do, like my wrestling and jiu-jitsu. I've been getting to do a little bit, change it up a little different with that. So it's been a great camp. I've learned a lot. And, got to do some new stuff, and feeling great about the matchup.
Yeah, great camp. Nice turnaround for yourself after coming off that nice win back in June. And is this how you planned it out? Like you got fight in June and then coming back around in September. Is that kind of how you wanted it all planned out?
Yeah, I was trying to fight whenever they came to Dallas. So like a month ago or whatever, I was trying to fight then, and just because it would be cool to fight there, but there was no matchups there for me. It was just a matter of like I asked for the fight. They said that they had nothing available until this date, so they booked me on this card. And I just told them, I'm here to fight whenever. So if someone falls out this weekend, they need me to step in, I'll do it. Or if they need me to fight 2 weeks after my fight, I'll do it. So I'm just trying to be that guy that's always ready.
Yeah, we know you're always ready based on what happened with that Dana White, where you text him and everything. You're always willing to step in on short notice. And now, has there been a short notice opportunity? Like, did they ever come to you with anything, or it's just been this fight so far?
No, if they would have came to me, I would have already fought. So, like the day they call me and they say they need me on whatever date it is, like I'm gonna go. So, anytime that happens, I'm gonna take the fight. Like no questions about it. If they call me and they want me to fight someone, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, man. I really do. And Pat Sabatini on September 17th. Overall, how do you feel about him? He is undefeated in the UFC right now. So, what's your overall thoughts on him as an opponent?
He's tough matchup for sure. Like he's a great wrestler, great grappling. So it's not going to be easy on the ground. He's tough enough to hang with people on the feet a little bit. So I think that it's going to be a fight for both of us for sure because he knows he's not going to be able to just take me down when he wants, and I know it's going to be tough to take him down also. And we both have great submission games. So this could be a Stephen Bonner, Forrest Griffin, slug it out on the feet, or it could be a quick night. So it's I'm game for a hard 3 rounds or for a quick finish. Either way, I'm looking to finish the fight. I'm looking to get in his face like I always do, and go right at him. So I'm ready to go wherever the fight goes.
And how do you feel about like taking this fight to the ground? As you said, he's a very good wrestler himself. We know you're a very good wrestler. Like, is that something you were willing to do? Take it to the ground, or do you want to keep it
Yeah,
on the feet?
No, I mean, no, I'm not gonna lie to anyone and say that I'm so comfortable on my feet that I'll
Yeah.
keep anyone there. Like at some point, if I get hit in the face, I'm gonna take someone down. So, if we both start swinging heavy, I'm gonna take his ass down. I promise you that. And it's I've been doing wrestling since for over 20 years. I've been wrestling almost every day. So it's just ingrained in me to wrestle and to show people my grappling. And I don't have a shame with that. It's kind of a boring fight sometimes whenever you get someone you just can't submit them. But like my last fight, I should have submitted that kid in the first round. I just had like a really weird rehydration. I had a good weight cut, but then my rehydration was a little off, and my legs felt like freaking rock solid. Like I couldn't function, man. That wasn't my. I wasn't on my game that fight and I think a lot of it was my rehydration. I don't think it was anything else but that because I had a great camp. My cardio was great. My heart rate was great. I had a really pretty good weight cut. I mean, it's always rough, but I had a pretty good weight cut and just going into the fight, I could feel my legs just tensing up, and then they started feeling like my calves felt like they were going to explode. They were like so tense, and once I got in there, I was like, man, I've got to change my game plan. I got to take this kid down and get that sub. So it's just a rough performance, but I'm ready to go for this fight.
Wow. Were you like a little nervous then going into that octagon since you were feeling a little off? Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do in this fight. How are you
Yeah,
feeling going in?
I completely changed my game plan because
Yeah.
my game plan was going to be to punch and kick a little bit more of that fight just because I knew that kid, Dan, he was a wrestler, mainly. So uh, I had to completely change my game plan without even telling my coach because I didn't want to tell my coach that my legs were fried. And because I had such a good camp and it would have been weird to like tell him that I didn't feel good because how good I did all camp. So it was just walking out there, I was like, I felt my legs, and I was like, dude, I'm taking this kid down as soon as I get in there. I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm gonna take him down. I'm gonna look for the submission, but I just wasn't on my game that day.
Well, yeah. Well, glad to hear that you're better now. September 17th, I always ask everyone, as you know, how do you see yourself getting this done? How do you see yourself winning on the date?
I'm coming forward, man. I'm coming forward hard, and I'm gonna take him down. I'm gonna get the sub, or I'm gonna get a TKO finish. I'm gonna control him on top because no one takes him down. No one controls him that way. And I saw a little bit of control given up with the TJ Laramie fight, and TJ Laramie doesn't have good grappling to compared to me. So if he struggled with TJ like that, then I know he's gonna struggle with me on top of him. So no secret to my game plan. I'm coming at him, coming at his face. I'm doing whatever I can to get the finish.
Yeah, gonna be a great fight. Cannot wait for this. You win this fight on the date. What do you feel is next for you? Because beating Pat, that's a really impressive win because everyone is high on him with his record and everything. So, do you have your eyes on a specific opponent? Like, what's next for you? You feel like after this?
I want someone ranked, man. I'm so tired of this, you know, like this fights or whatever. Like this kid, he's on a win streak. I'm on a win streak, whatever. But I've been doing this for so long. I want to fight a ranked fight. I want that pressure on myself. I want this has been my biggest test so far. I feel like, even against Betic, I have felt like there was no pressure there because I took the fight on a short notice, even though he was ranked 15 at this time. There was just no pressure taking that fight. And I feel like this is the most pressure I've been under for a good performance. And like after this fight, I want to level up and I want to be fighting someone ranked. So that's all I have. That's all I ask. I don't really have a certain matchup or anything, and I can't really think that way until the fight's over. But they'll find someone. They always do. I ask for fights as soon as my fight's over. The next day, I have my manager, hitting them up. So, just I'll be ready to go as soon as this fight's over. Get healthy, and then I'll try to fight again this year.
Yeah, you go out there, you win. And I'm assuming, since we always know you're looking to step in on short notice, after this fight, we will see you back in there before 2022 ends. Like, is that the game plan?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, as soon as they can give me some, I'm gonna take it for sure.
Yeah. What do you think about that MSG card in November? It was such a sick
Uh,
card.
or the December 12th card would
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be a cool card too. I mean, whatever, man. I just would love to fight around fans again. Like it's cool to fight at the Apex because it's a small venue, small crowd, and everybody gets really intense and it's kind of quiet, so you can hear your coaches.
Yeah.
But something about that energy, man. It's just like that when everybody's, they're screaming for you and everybody's a little bit drunk and they're, screaming. They're either screaming your name or cussing at you or booing or cheering, whatever. It's just the energy is just different. So it would be really cool to fight, somewhere with that kind of energy, just everybody screaming, going crazy.
What has been one of like the most funniest interactions with a fan with yourself? Like, do you have any stories about that?
Someone tried to throw a beer on me when I was in Brazil. And this lady, I'm pretty sure it was someone's family member, I'm pretty sure. But as I was walking out, she was like, "Hey, hey!" And then when I looked over, she flipped me off, and it was funny, like making eye contact with her, and then beating. It was the Charles Rosa fight,
Yeah.
and then beating him, and that fight was crazy too. I had a really weird wake up with that one too. I should have finished him, but just honestly, like I never really have anything negative to say about the fans. Like no matter what they say, positive or negative, they still bring energy there. So no matter what, the energy's there, and it's different.
Yeah, it's always great to see these events with all these fans. The energy in the arena is crazy. And
Yeah.
tune in September 17th, guys. Going to be a great fight. And last thing here, Damon, I got to ask you, since it just got booked, what's your official prediction on Anderson Silva versus Jake Paul?
Man, I hope Anderson lights him up. I mean, Jake Paul is just a hungry kid, though. He's really training hard. He's gotten way better since he started too. So, and Anderson being where he's at, it's kind of like, who knows, man. I hope Anderson pulls it off, and I hope he, somehow can cheat the system and take whatever he has to take to like look like the old Anderson. But it's definitely a tough matchup for both of them, and it's cool to see that Jake, has got that much attention over just a handful of fights. He's done a lot of great things for boxing because boxing's kind of died off in the last few years, and for him to re-energize like that, you can't really say a whole lot of negative about him because I mean he's bringing eyes to the sport for sure, and they need it bad because they're fading out in UFC. Like MMA is just going every day, and boxing just it's not real. It's not the full fight. And those guys, they baby their careers their whole career, and then when they're at the end of their career, then they start doing those big fights that everybody wanted to see, like Floyd and Pacquiao. They wanted to see that fight years before it happened, and it just sucks that these guys wait to the very end like that, and then they're like, oh well, now I'm gonna put it on the line. But with Jake, it is what it is. He's crazy for sure, but he's bringing eyes to the sport. You can't beat that for sure.
Yeah, you can't. I couldn't agree more. It's going to be an interesting fight, that one. But for you, thanks again for your time, man. Good luck for the fight. I can't wait. And if you want to thank any sponsors, shout out any social media. The floor is yours, man.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I have two sponsors. That's about it. Maybe three, but it's like I've had these two guys, man, Scott Brown and Greg C. They've been with me from the beginning, and they've supported me so much. But just shout out to them, and everything else, I'll put it on my social media. But I appreciate it.
Thanks again, man. Appreciate it. Can't wait. Good luck.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.